Pre-season training session against Tonga this morning. How was that?
Yeah, no, it was a very good, training session. I think it was an excellent opportunity for the boys really to try out the moves and the tactics basically that they've acquired over pre-season. I think as much as you try and recreate that sort of game environment, there's nothing quite like it for starters, and especially to do it against Tonga, who are obviously about to go into the World Cup. I think it was an invaluable experience for them. Yeah.
And they also had a session against London Irish, so combining the two, they must have been very useful.
Yeah, no, it was another useful training session there. I think both with the London Irish session leading into that game against Rotherham. I think it was vital really that we did get out and do a bit of physical contact in preparation of that Rotherham game. So that Irish exercise worked very well from that point. I think obviously with having the one pre-season game, I think that the training session against Irish and Tonga this morning essentially have really helped to allow the boys to be able to take physical contact, which is really important, not just from a performance point but from a medical point as well. If you haven't had to make your tackles or hit rucks or hit scrums in a while, bodies do get sore, bodies do get stiff, and injuries do occur. So it is very important that they get in that load, that contact load, and hopefully it'll hold us in good stead for Moseley next Friday night.
The Rotherham friendly was the only actual game time of the pre-season, so it would have been good to get a win in that game, which we did.
Yeah, absolutely. We're delighted with that. The boys defended so well, especially in that first half. I think that the lessons that they learnt through sort of the pre-season and having to work hard through various training methods with both Tim and Peter obviously paid off. I think the boys are very fit, and a lot of that is down to the new S&C coaches that are in place, and without doubt they show they're resilient, and as we move into such a competitive league, that's so important for the boys. So I was very pleased with last Wednesday's performance.
Took over your role as head of performance in pre-season. How would you assess the whole pre-season campaign so far?
I've really enjoyed it. It's been challenging. The squad size is obviously a little bit smaller than it was last year, and obviously the biggest challenge is having not only 8-9 new faces in the squad, but also having a number of new staff members, which is always tricky. It takes time to get used to how people work, how you work with your colleagues, and adapting to the way that they best work. So I think without doubt it's been a successful one. I think the proof was in the pudding last Wednesday that we are on the right track, and hopefully looking at the first sort of six games coming up in the championship, we hope to be quite successful over that first period.
So 11 new signings in total. How are they all settling in at the club?
Yeah, perfectly. They're settling in very well. Some really good characters that we've acquired this year, and I think without doubt that the culture in the club is one that's very quite a relaxed culture. There's a lot of joking around, etc. at times, and the banter is pretty strong. But without doubt, I think last Wednesday showed that when the time to switch on comes around, the boys are very focused. Quite a young squad compared to other teams, and I think it's important that we help develop some of those, not only on the pitch but off the pitch, and we're working very hard with the academy guys to help sort of put things in place for the boys after rugby as well.
We're just over a week away from the first championship game. Moseley must all be excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's been a long pre-season. We were in, was the 15th of June, so it's been quite a long period. I'm just sort of keen to get into the swing of things now. Without doubt, that my favourite part of the job is that match day sort of prep and the buzz, hopefully after a win. And without doubt, I'm really looking forward to having that hopefully once again this season. I think that the boys are all very keen now to show what they've acquired in training throughout the pre-season, and as I said, the proof will be in the pudding, hopefully.
What are you most looking forward to about the season ahead?
I think on a professional note, I'm keen to sort of develop my role and make sure that the performance side of things is going smoothly. It's quite a challenge making sure that everyone's heading in the right direction, and I'm fairly confident that I'm getting there with that. And from a club perspective, we obviously finished third last season, which is an excellent achievement, and hopefully this year goes along the same path. Very exciting year ahead, and fingers crossed that we do the job.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
As an academy player, that must have been quite an experience training against a team like Tonga today.
Great experience for London Scottish as a whole to be training against a team that's going into the World Cup, that's going to be playing against teams such as like Argentina, New Zealand. So yeah, it was very beneficial and enjoyable.
Personally for you as well, that must be quite an experience.
Yeah, I've obviously never trained against a World Cup team leading into the World Cup. So yeah, to train against some players like that and the size of them was pretty magnificent.
Yeah. What's your aims this season? I know you made a few appearances in the first team last year. Are you aiming to do that again?
So last season I played a few championship games, the majority of the BNI, and then this year I'm hopefully aiming to be in that 23-man squad much more than last year, and would like to get my name on the team sheet quite a bit this year, hopefully. Yeah.
How much of a platform has the academy given you?
So when I left, when I came out of college, came to London Scottish Academy, gave me an insight what the club was about. Got an opportunity early on to train with the first team, and from that I'm here now. So yeah, it's been very good. They've given me opportunities, and from that I'm here. So yeah.
Do you find yourself improved vastly since training with players like this?
Yeah, definitely, especially with people in my position like Chris Walker, Chevy Pennycook and Mark Bright. Yeah, they're great players to learn off.